Are you looking to buy a home where you're from, only to realize prices have gone up so much you won't even be able to afford to rent here in a couple years? Well, if that's you, I can help. Today, we are going to look at the states that offer the lowest median prices on homes. I can't promise these homes will be fancy, but they will be affordable. Louisiana. Louisiana just beat Indiana for the 10th spot on this list by about $500. Louisiana's median home price is just under $200,000. Now, it is important to understand a few reasons why this may be. There are many areas of the state where education ratings are low and wages have been stagnant. This has kept demand pretty low in the area, and prices haven't gone up. Now, the next state on the list is actually one of the biggest in America. Ohio. Ohio has a population of over 11 million residents, which makes it the 7th most populous state in America. If you aren't too familiar with Ohio, you may be familiar with Cleveland for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, Canton for the Pro Football Hall of Fame, Columbus, the location of Ohio State University, the nation's 3rd largest school, and Cincinnati as being the cornhole capital of the world. Okay, no one knows that, but my dad got really into cornhole when sports weren't on during COVID. Here in Ohio, the median home price is just over $192,000, and many of their larger cities are still pretty close to this median price. I would still consider moving just outside of these cities to avoid potential crime problems in town. Kansas. Now, Kansas is one of the few states that may be more famous for a movie like The Wizard of Oz and books like Little House on the Prairie than much of anything that goes on in the state. In fact, the Kansas City you know is actually a border town that is mostly located in Missouri. While Kansas isn't very populated or well known, they do have a really good college basketball team. They are actually geographically the center of the country, and they have friendly residents. The median home price is just enough to keep many people in the area because it's just over $190,000. Alabama. We're not in Kansas anymore, folks. We're now in Alabama. And if you don't know much about Alabama, do a quick Google search on their mountains or beaches. They have some of the most underrated natural beauty in all of America. And what I may find even more beautiful are their inexpensive home prices. In Alabama, the median home price is just $183,000, which is really affordable for many families, and one of the many reasons young professionals have been moving to this state. Kentucky. The Bluegrass State doesn't have the white sand beaches that Alabama enjoys. However, they have many wonderful destinations to check out in terms of natural beauty and points of interest in Lexington and Louisville. Their median home price is just above $180,000. The median home prices in Lexington and Louisville are also under $260,000 or much lower. These are some really affordable metro areas to consider if you're looking in the South or Midwest areas. Before we go on to the top 5, please remember to hit that like button and consider subscribing for more fun, fact-finding videos about America. Iowa. The state of Iowa may not be the first place you think of, and I'll admit, I haven't given much thought to this state either. However, they have a really reasonable cost of living, friendly folks, and a slower pace of life. Iowa's median home price of $176,000 is low enough that many who are just starting out can actually afford to live here. If you want to move to a larger area, Des Moines may be the most logical choice. And the great thing is, their median home price is almost identical to the state's price. Many are concerned about the potential for tornadoes to occur. However, if that's your concern, the next state on the list may not make you feel any better. Oklahoma. While Oklahoma may not be a haven from tornadoes, that doesn't mean the entire outlook of this state is doom and gloom. Oklahomans enjoy the low cost of living, and in some places, they even have reasonable median incomes relative to their housing prices. Oklahoma's median home price is now just over $160,000, and this is probably so low because of the threat of tornadoes. Many states that have economic numbers like Oklahoma are seeing drastic population increases in their biggest cities. Oklahoma City and Tulsa both have median home prices that are lower than $180,000. So, if you're looking for a spot to start over, this could be an intriguing destination for you. Arkansas. I've been asked by several people to do videos on Arkansas, and I have since become intrigued on why people have been so curious about this state. This state doesn't rank favorably in many key categories, but this state looks to be on the rise. I think the low cost of living, and in particular, the low cost of housing and property, may be one of the most significant factors. Their median home price is now at $161,000, and they have cities like Fayetteville that are starting to gain recognition as one of the best cities to live in all of America. This also seems to be a favorite state for many off-grid, prepper, or homesteader types as well. Mississippi. Now, in Mississippi, they have a different way of life. Many areas are very community-based with a slower pace of life. However, you may not think of Mississippi as a great option for those of you who enjoy small towns and mid-sized cities. Now, I do have a couple concerns that I'll address in a second. Their median home price is an affordable $150,000, which is why many people have at least had to take a peek at moving here. The problem in Mississippi is they have a history of ranking in the worst states for crime, poverty, education, and other important factors. Don't get it twisted. There are some up-and-coming areas here that may be worth considering, but you may want to see which state is a little less than even Mississippi. And the state with the cheapest homes right now is West Virginia. West Virginia is located right between the very populous states of Ohio, Virginia, and Pennsylvania. And like many other Rust Belt states, they have struggled to replace income from manufacturing and blue-collar jobs that may have been automated or shipped overseas. Now, the benefit of living here is they have gorgeous scenery, large properties, and at least a low cost of living. The median home price in West Virginia is a staggeringly low $122,000. For context, the most expensive state in America is more than 6.5 times more expensive. West Virginia is far from perfect, but many don't leave this state because of how affordable the cost of living is. Now, if none of these states sound like a winner to you, you can check out a different place on a video playing on the screen. Thank you all so much for watching, and take care.